Now this set has my aluminum bar shaft tips. This is a new thing I'm trying here with these shafts. It's I call it a safety hook, I guess is what you'd have to call it. With these short tips, just to kind of make sure you can't drop that shaft tip, particularly if you got green horses. We have an adjustable footman's loop on here. This will adjust anywhere from right up here all the way back. These shafts have this lock collar on them. This provides a depth stop, so you can pull the shaft out and put it back in after you've hauled your cart, and just put it in, line up the marks, and away you go. If you need to adjust the width and length of these shafts, which you can do with these bolts, you can just loosen this off, this collar, adjust your shafts where you want them, turn the collar with the bolt down, push it back, tighten it up, you're recalibrated. These shafts have a nice wide base so that the horse has room to move. I've been big on doing that as a safety feature and to make life easier for these little horses, not all of whom are as physically able as others. This set of shafts in particular are going on to a cart that is a little bit big for the ponies that are pulling it. The easy entry cart has two U-clamps on the front of it that grab its existing shaft base. That shaft base will be removed, and those clamps with the through bolts will hold this mount in place. This mount is part of this shaft system and a team pole system for the same cart. So to remove this system, the bolt can be removed here, and the bolt that holds it to the tab on the cart here can be removed, and this whole system will come right off the front of the cart. Now this can be moved up and down by putting it into different holes here. That will move the base up and down. These shaft braces are adjustable in length by loosening these set bolts, which allows this to come back and fit onto the cart. Now, this mount is tailored to fit onto the width of the cart that it's going onto. This particular setup is for collar and hame harness. So I have a drawbar in here for the single tree, which is on a bearing, by the way, so that this can have a proper line of draft with this collar and hame setup. You need to have a low single tree with a collar and hame harness, and a higher single tree that is ideally on a level or slightly below level line for a breast collar harness. Doesn't matter if you put a ring on the back of that breast collar and hook it low, it's too low a line of draft. This can be lowered even more by taking the bolts out of the drawbar and flipping this over, so that this can be turned over with the bolt down, and the single tree can be down here if need be. This whole setup knocks down to fit into a box 12 by 36 by 8 inches high. The shaft base splits with these two bolts. This is reinforced with heavy pipe inside, and everything comes apart so that it fits into that smaller box. And this particular set is done in a satin black powder coat, which I think makes it look pretty snappy.